On a sweltering day in 1518, Strasbourg streets witnessed something inexplicable. Frau Trophäa stepped outside, not to shop or visit, but to dance. There was no music, no festival, just her relentless, anguished movement. Her husband pleaded, neighbors stared, but she was unreachable, trapped in a trance. Day turned to night, and still she danced, her body battered, her mind elsewhere. By the next morning, the city buzzed with fear and fascination. This was no joyful dance. It was a spectacle of suffering. For 6 days she danced, her feet bloodied, her strength nearly gone. Authorities, baffled, finally intervened. Strasbourg had seen plagues and wars, but never this. A woman dancing herself to the brink of death. No one knew why, and that uncertainty was terrifying. The city watched, helpless, as a new kind of nightmare began. This was only the beginning. Strasbourg in 1518 was a city on edge, scarred by famine, disease, and religious upheaval. Faith and fear ruled daily life. Every misfortune was seen as a sign of divine anger. The Protestant Reformation was stirring unrest, and peasants simmered with resentment. The old order felt fragile, the future uncertain. In this climate, Frau Trophäa's dance was more than strange. It was a spark in a powder keg. People saw omens everywhere, and her affliction became a symbol of chaos. Her suffering resonated with a city already stretched to its limits. The line between reality and superstition blurred. Her dance was a mirror for the city's own anxieties. What began as one woman's torment was about to become a collective nightmare. Strasbourg was primed for hysteria. Within days, others joined Frau Trophäa. First a handful, then dozens. Men and women dropped what they were doing and began to dance, unable to stop. The city's streets filled with the sound of frantic feet and desperate gasps. Families watched in horror as loved ones succumbed to the mania. The phenomenon spread like wildfire, turning curiosity into panic. Chroniclers described the city as under siege, not by an enemy, but by an invisible force. Dancers neither ate nor slept. They simply moved day and night. By late July, over 30 people were afflicted, some dancing alone, others in frenzied groups. The city was gripped by terror, unsure who would be next. The question shifted from why to how do we stop this? No answers came. Strasbourg was in the grip of a dancing plague. The nightmare deepened. Desperate, city leaders summoned physicians for answers. The doctors dismissed curses and demons, diagnosing hot blood, an excess of heat in the brain. Their solution? Let the dancers keep moving, to sweat out the illness. Authorities cleared public spaces and encouraged the afflicted to dance freely. The hope was that exhaustion would bring relief. Instead, the city became a stage for suffering. The medical strategy backfired, fueling the epidemic. The more the dancers moved, the more joined them. The city's trust in science turned to regret as the crisis escalated. The cure had become part of the catastrophe. Strasbourg's leaders were out of options. The madness only grew. Following the doctor's advice, authorities built a stage in the city square. Musicians were hired to keep the dancers moving, hoping to sweat out the sickness. The city's heart became a macabre theater, music blaring, bodies writhing in agony. Instead of healing, the spectacle drew more into the frenzy. Hundreds joined, the stage overflowing with exhausted, desperate people. The relentless motion and summer heat proved deadly. Dancers collapsed from exhaustion, heart failure, and injury. The city's attempt at control had created a public tragedy. Eyewitnesses described scenes of horror, bloody feet, cries for help drowned by music. The stage was no cure. It was an altar of suffering. Deaths mounted daily. The authorities' plan had unleashed a catastrophe. Strasbourg was desperate for a new solution. As science failed, fear turned to superstition. Many believed the dancers were possessed by demons or cursed by God. Saint Vitus, a martyr said to inflict a dancing curse, became the focus of hope and dread. Authorities dismantled the stage, banned public dancing, and turned to prayer. The afflicted were sent on a pilgrimage to Saint Vitus's shrine in the mountains. Priests performed rituals, gave the dancers blessed crosses and red shoes. Miraculously, many began to recover after the pilgrimage. Within weeks, the plague faded. Was it the saints' intervention, or had the fever simply run its course? The city was left with relief and lingering questions. The supernatural explanation brought comfort, but no certainty. The mystery endured. Centuries later, science offered a new theory: ergot poisoning. Ergot, a fungus on rye, can cause hallucinations and convulsions, symptoms eerily similar to the dancing plague. Contaminated bread could have triggered mass poisoning, explaining the sudden outbreak. Yet ergotism rarely causes coordinated days-long dancing. Victims are usually too ill to move, and not everyone would react the same way. The theory fits some facts, but not all. The true cause remains elusive. Was it poison or something else? The mystery deepened. Another theory points to mass psychogenic illness, mass hysteria. Strasbourg's people, crushed by hardship and fear, may have suffered a collective breakdown. Frau Troffea's dance became a trigger, unleashing a wave of psychological contagion. The city's response, stages, musicians, validated and spread the behavior. The pilgrimage may have worked by offering a powerful counter-suggestion, breaking the trance. This theory is unsettling. It suggests the mind, under extreme stress, can betray itself. The dancing plague was a physical scream of despair. The boundary between sanity and madness proved fragile. The dancers were not possessed. They were broken by suffering. Their agony was a mirror of the city's own. By September, the dancing stopped. Strasbourg was left in stunned silence. Hundreds had been afflicted. Dozens died. The event scarred the city's memory, its cause forever debated. Was it disease, poison, mass hysteria, or a supernatural curse? The chronicles offer fragments, but no final answer. The dancing plague remains a haunting enigma, suspended between science and superstition. It reminds us how fear and suffering can push a community to the edge. The dancer's agony echoes through history, a testament to the mysteries of the mind and body. Their story lingers, a chilling question mark in the pages of time. Some mysteries, it seems, are destined never to be solved.